you're buying a home in Lee Summit, there are 5 mistakes that I watch buyers make over and over, and every one of them either costs you money or costs you the house you actually wanted. I'm Mark Wiesemann. Before I ever sold real estate, I worked almost 20 years as a police officer right here in Lee Summit. And in the past 12 years since, I've helped people buy or sell over 500 homes in this exact market. So I'm not guessing at any of this. These are the same 5 mistakes I see on repeat, and I'm going to walk you through every one, what goes wrong, why it happens, and exactly how you can avoid it. And I'll give it to you straight, the same way I do with every client who sits across the table from me, because I'd rather tell you the truth now than to watch you learn it the hard way at closing. Stick with me to the end, and you'll be ahead of just about every other buyer that you're competing against. Mistake number 1 is buying off the citywide average instead of the actual neighborhood. The median home price in Lee Summit is somewhere in the low to mid 400s right now. But here's the thing, that number is almost useless for your search. We've got neighborhoods that start in the high 200s, and we've got neighborhoods well over $1 million. The average doesn't describe any real neighborhood. It's just a math middle. And I'll tell you what I actually see. I've had buyers coming in wanting to buy in Lee Summit, and it's almost always on the low end. They think they're going to find something here for $150,000, and that's just not reality right now. So they end up having to go look at other cities. And a lot of these cities don't stack up, not when you look at everything that Lee Summit actually has to offer. That's a tough conversation. But I'd rather have it on day 1 than to waste your time. So here's the fix. Set your budget by neighborhood, not by the city. Pull the comps for specific areas, that's my job, you're actually targeting, and ask your agent for their price per square foot in the days on market in that neighborhood, not the whole city. If they can't give you that, they don't know this market well. They don't know this market well enough to be guiding you. And that leads me right into point number 2, because in a market growing as fast as this one, what's around a house matters just as much as the house. Mistake number 2 is ignoring what's getting built around you. Lee Summit is one of the hottest markets on the Missouri side, and it's growing fast. We've got a development called Discovery Park. We've talked about that before. That's roughly a $900 million project. Somewhere around 2,800 new apartments are planned. We've got another development with a Costco, and then we have hotels going in. On top of that, the LDS Church owns thousands of acres right inside the city limits, and they've started putting a big chunk of that on the market and up for development. I follow this stuff. I know the city's development page. I worked in this town for 20 years, and the picture is changing month to month. Now, why does that matter to you as a buyer? Because if you buy right next to one of these zones without knowing what's coming, you could be living next to construction for the next 2 years. Or you could be dealing with traffic you didn't sign up for, or a view that completely changes. But it cuts the other way too. Buy near a good planned development before it's finished, and that can be real appreciation in your pocketbook. The point is knowing what's planned before you sign, not after. So the fix is simple. Before you make an offer on anything, check the city's development map, and I can help with that as well, and ask your agent what's planned within about a mile of that house. The one question separates an informed buy from a nasty surprise. Now this next one is the one I see catch the most people off guard quite frequently. Mistake number 3, and this is the one that surprises people. It's not understanding the school boundaries. And I don't just mean which school. Here's something most people moving here don't understand. Folks who live in Lee Summit actually fall into 3 different school districts depending on their address. 2 homes can be on the same street, same price, and feed into completely different elementary schools. Your address decides it, and it shifts. With all the growth, they have had to redraw the elementary boundaries. I'll give you a real one. I lived in the same house for 20 years, and my side of the street, we went to one elementary school. The other side of the street, they went to a different elementary school. Same, different elementary schools. So even when a listing shows the elementary, the middle, and the high school right there on it, you cannot just take that at face value. I've watched buyers fall in love with the home, write the offer, and then find out later that the school situation wasn't what they assumed. By then, it's too late. The fix: verify, verify, verify. Before you tour, get the boundary confirmed for exact address. Elementary, middle, and high school. Don't assume it, confirm it. All right, number 4, this is the one that can cost you the most money the fastest. Mistake number 4 is waiving your inspection to win in a competitive market. Well-priced homes here move fast. To buyers, feel the pressure to make the cleanest offer they can. And one of the ways they try to do that is by waiving the inspection. I've had a few clients over the years want to go that route. I always tell them the same thing. I would never recommend that. Let me tell you about one I closed recently. Competitive deal. The buyers wanted to waive the inspection. We talked about the pros and the cons of doing that, and they went ahead and did it anyway. They move in, they hook up the washer and the dryer to the drain line that was sitting right there behind the faucets, and they run a load of laundry, and they find out real quick that that drain line was not connected to anything. It drained right out onto the floor. Should the seller have told us this? Absolutely, they should have. But we didn't know, and we learned the hard way. They ended up having to cut out some drywall and replacing it, but it would have been caught on the inspections. So I'm going to be blunt with you. You cannot waive your inspection. It's not worth it. You're going to spend less than $1,000 to protect a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 investment. That math isn't complicated. And if your agent is telling you to waive it just to win the deal, understand that agent is optimizing for the closing, not for your best interest. There are other ways to make a strong offer without throwing away your safety net. Which brings me to the last point, point number 5, and it's the one that shows up after you've already moved in. Mistake number 5 is only looking at the price and the mortgage payment and forgetting everything else that comes with owning the home. There are several hidden costs that catch buyers off guard, and I'll tell you the one that gets people every single time. Mortgage insurance. If you're not putting 20% down, you're probably paying PMI, and almost none of these online payment calculators account for it. Sometimes it's around $100 a month. It can be more or less depending on the price of the house and the program you're using. People do not see that coming. And it's not just that. You got your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance. Those are getting bundled in to your monthly payment as well. And a lot of the calculators leave those out or they lowball them. Throw in a homeowners association if the neighborhood has one, and money you've got set aside for maintenance, and that real monthly number is higher than the one the calculator showed you. That's where the sticker shock comes in. So the fix: before you ever set your budget, get your actual all-in monthly number. Have your lender break down the payment with the taxes, the insurance, and the mortgage insurance included, not just principal and interest. Know the real number going in so you're not the person who stretched to hit the mortgage and then got blindsided the first month. So those are the 5: buying off the city average instead of the neighborhood, ignoring what's getting built around you, not verifying the school boundaries, waiving your inspection, and forgetting the real cost of ownership. Every single one of them is avoidable. Not one of them takes a genius to get it right. It just takes knowing they're there before you start and having somebody in your corner who will point them out. If you're a first-time buyer here or you're relocating from out of state and you don't know this market yet, save this video. This is your short list of what to watch for. If you've already bought and you just realized you hit one of these, you're not alone. And depending on what it is, there may still be options. So reach out. That's the 5 biggest mistakes I see buyers make in Lee Summit, and every one of them you can avoid with a little prep and the right person guiding you. If you got a question about a specific neighborhood, a question about a school boundary, or a question about your budget, what your budget actually gets here, drop it in the comments and I will answer every one. And if you want to talk one-on-one, email me at info@movingwithmark.com. I've been doing this for over a decade in this exact market, and I'll give you the same honest conversation I give to every client who sits across from me. No pressure, ever. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button while you're at it. I put out new Lee Summit content every week, the neighborhood breakdowns, and the real talk other agents won't give you. I'll see you on my next video.